Hello, people. Hello, my guys. How are you doing? I hope you are doing fine, guys. And today is on a Sunday. And guys, you know, one thing. One thing someone told me was that if you have no makeup on, just you wake up, yeah, you have no makeup on, and you want very urgently to run somewhere or to go, to go somewhere. You just make your hair crazy, make your hair crazy, put on very ripe, very ripe, bright red lipstick, like mine here, very ripe, put on, and then you will confuse people. You will confuse people that they will be confused whether you have makeup on or not. You will not be so easily recognizable that you have makeup on or not. So guys, I just woke up and I saw that it's good or it's wise to just continue with my previous video. Yeah. um, but I did not like a lot of stress and a lot of work, so I just applied my red lipstick on and I confused my hair, and then here I am. So guys, let us forget about it. So as I was saying there before, that my boyfriend left me in the hospital after I delivered our baby. There is a video there. Um, there is a video there below which tells you about my journey or my um, motherhood journey. You know what I mean? So it was not easy. It was not easy, guys. Like any other woman, with a cheating spouse. It was not easy. So this guy, I tell you why, I don't know why he cheated or I don't know why he was acting like this, but the fact is, I had my baby all by myself. Okay, I got my baby all by myself. I was alone in the hospital, first of all, because I went to the maternity home alone, and I stayed there for about 4 days, just alone. And he never came to visit me and to see how I am going on. And there is something here going on. I have to stop it. So guys, I stopped that one. There was a video going on there. I think you heard a lot of commotion there and a lot of noise, an unnecessary noise, which was not so pleasant. But now is everything okay? Now, guys, where were we? Yeah, I was there in the hospital just alone because I completed 4 days in the maternity home. And as I told you before, he never came. I was just all alone. Only my sister was coming to visit me, my sister and our friends. Yeah, sometimes my friends, my own friends, they came and visited me. In fact, I did not take it so seriously. I was thinking that he was busy at work, or he was, because we had a business. We were running a business. We had a disco, and restaurant. So I was sure that he was busy in the disco and he had to run things. He had to buy stock and everything. He had to arrange everything in order. So I did not take it very seriously at first. But There came the delivery day, and I had my baby at around 8:30 in the morning. 8:30 in the morning, my sister came because she was supposed to be at work at 8, but she heard that I am having a baby, so she came immediately from our place to the hospital, and she stayed with me, you know. Then I had, after I had the baby, she called my boyfriend and told him that the baby was there, the baby was born, and he wanted very much to know what kind of baby it was, but my sister did not tell him. So my sister told him, you just come personally and see for yourself. Find out for yourself. I'm not going to tell you for what. And you are the father of the baby. You just come, see your baby. It doesn't matter what kind of baby it is. It's yours. You have to rejoice. You have to be happy because the baby is there. You know. So he just came with a taxi. He came with a taxi, and um, at the reception there, he asked the bill, how much it was, and he paid the bill. He did not even talk to me, you know, because he asked at the reception what baby it was. They said it was a baby girl. It was a baby girl. The nurses and everyone there, they were rejoicing, and yeah, you have to be happy. You are a father. You are a father. This attitude of nurses and doctors. Yeah, you are a father. You have today in the morning you have become a father. You became a father. So, but he was just neutral. He did not rejoice, or he did not smile, or he did not cry there between. So it was not a big deal for him. It was not a big deal. But he paid. I think he paid because of I don't know. He did not want to be ashamed or something like that. He paid the bill, and um, he did not even come to see the baby at the ward, delivery ward. He did not come. He just paid and asked me, "Are you ready to go home?" Just with the same taxi. Just imagine, I have just delivered now. eh, After after some hours, and he's asking me to go home. At that time, my sister said no, she's not going now. She has to rest, and then she can go later. If she has to go today, she will go later, but now she has to rest. Because the whole night was labor time, and I had not slept. It was labor time, so I had to rest a little bit, and the baby was supposed to sleep. you know a new baby. So my sister excused herself and told me that I have to run to work because I'm already too late for work. So I have to go to work. So you just stay here a little bit. You have time. The bill is paid. So just stay here. You just rest, and the baby sleeps. And when you are okay, you can go home. On when you are okay, just call me from work. When I have my free time, when I have finished work, I'll come and collect you in the evening. So my sister told me that, because she told me that the way I see your boyfriend, this attitude, I don't like this attitude, the way I see him. So you just rest, and in the evening, I will come and pick you. Just don't go yet. So I just agreed to her, and it was like that. Um, my boyfriend paid the bill, and yeah, he went away. He went. He just went. So I just rested, and in the evening, my sister came and picked me up, ordered a taxi, and before she ordered a taxi, she called my boyfriend and told him, you know what? According to the tradition, you have to come here and take your girlfriend home. That's the tradition. You have to come here and take her, escort her home. So it was like a must. It was like he was forced to do that. He was forced to do that because he started complaining that I have a lot to do. I am in the disco and I have to buy that and that and that, and I have some guest visitors in the disco, official visitors. But my sister insisted that he comes and takes me home because it's the tradition that he is the father of the child. So he just came because he was scared of my sister, first of all. I don't know, scared or respect or ashamed to be called a irresponsible father, something like that. So he just came, and my sister told him, just come with a taxi. Come with a taxi because it doesn't make any sense when I order a taxi from here and you are coming with a taxi from where you stay. Yeah, of course, he would not have uh, come or came with the public means, with the public everywhere with a taxi. You have to come with the taxi, and the same taxi is the one boyfriend home. So he just came with a taxi, and I had packed my things, ready to go. So my best friend was there, my sister was there. So we just um, got in the taxi. My boyfriend was in the taxi. Remember, the father of the baby. He did not even dare look at the baby or even look to see how the baby looks like, the face. He did not even bother to look to the face. Yeah. It's very funny character. So um, when we got in the taxi, we had cleared everything from in the hospital. We had no debt. We had nothing left. So we just got in the taxi with our baby and our things, and we just drove um, back home. With my sister was in the taxi, my best friend, me, and my baby, and the father of the baby. So we were passing, our disco was on the way to our home, on the way to where we had a residence. So when we reached the place, when we reached the disco, he just alighted there. He just alighted there. He did not even take me up um, up to my place where I stayed, where we stayed together. He just alighted at the disco on the way. He did not take me home. My God, my sister said, let him go because you can't force. Okay, you can't force someone to do things. You can't force someone, a grown up. You can't force him to do things your way. So he has to do what he wishes or he deems fit. So he just alighted. He did not say anything. He did not say even bye bye. Very funny. Yeah. Then I started realizing that here in this thing or in this life of motherhood, I'm alone. I started realizing. So it just hit me like that. This situation hit me that, you know what, you are starting your journey alone. Yeah, It just started coming to my senses here, you know. So he just got out. He did not say anything. He did not say why he was quiet. He did not even give me chance to, yeah, to express my, or to tell him how it happened, how the labor was, how everything was. No, which I think, in fact, it was the beginning of the separation. That was the beginning of the separation, because first of all, that day I went home with my sister and my best friend, and they took care of everything. They just washed my clothes. They cooked for me. They made sure that I was comfortable. They stayed a little bit till 9 or something like that, 9 o'clock in the evening. And they told me that they have to go, you know, so we have to go. My sister was supposed to work the following day. So I was there, a new mother, you know, a new mother with a new baby, alone in the night, in an apartment, alone, all alone. Nobody to call and tell that, send us, tell him or her that I need milk, I need water to drink or something like that. Just alone, my friends, alone. It was hard, and I had no idea how it works with babies, you know. But God is good. God is there every time. You can't die because of problems, you know. In fact, you can't. You can't die of problems and difficulties. Just imagine, I slept alone. In the morning, there came a woman who was my friend. He was not a best friend, but just a friend, and he told me that, yeah, I heard that you have a baby. What can I do for you? So preparing something for me, tea in the morning. Alone, that's not good. How can you be here alone? That's very risky, you know. So she cooked for me tea every. She washed my dishes. And what can I do for you? What else can I do for you? I told her, I'm just fine. If I want to go to the shop, I will leave the baby here, because the baby is still a baby, you know, cannot move herself. So I will just leave a baby here sleeping, and I go downstairs and take, because I was upstairs, and downstairs was a small shop like that, where I could have bought milk, bread, or some small things like that, you know. So, no, you cannot go like that. You just came yesterday. So I told her, don't worry about it. Nobody will know that I came yesterday, so I cannot stay here and starve because yesterday with the baby. No, I'm strong enough to go down, take milk or bread and come upstairs, you know. So it was very difficult, and she told me that she's going to bring me a housemaid, house help, you know, house help. And in fact, she was so concerned. In fact, she was so concerned and very serious that she came after some hours. She came with a young lady, you know, just a girl, a young lady, about 17 or 18, something there. The babies, okay, the kids who have finished school, or because this girl had, had also had delivered a baby some 4 years ago when she was too young. So she, the older woman, told me that she's going to bring me a very nice and caring young girl, you know. So, as I was saying, after some hours, she came with a young girl, and she told me, you know what, I'm very concerned about your situation, and it's very sad that someone left you here with a baby, is not concerned, even though is the father of the baby. And I understand the situation, I understand everything. I know some people are heartless and they are like that. So I brought you a young girl here. She's very okay. She's very good. She will take care of you. And provided you pay her at the end of the month, every end of the month, you agree um, to the terms and regulations, the salary and whatever. She will take care of everything and she will help you. So she went away, and I was left there with this young girl, and we discussed everything with this young girl, and we agreed, yeah, what we agreed to. And I tell you, that young girl was so kind, was so good. I think it was blessings. It was a blessing that she brought me this young girl. This young girl cared for my baby as if it was her own. You know, sometimes I was, yeah, sometimes okay, after I recovered, I looked for a job. And before I looked for a job, I searched for a job. I had tried a lot of times to go to our disco. You remember I had a disco with, okay, my boyfriend and I had a disco together, remember that? And so before I started looking for a job, for another job, I had gone several times in that disco, wanting to, wanting him to give me some money, or to see how the business was going on, because it was my business too, remember? So, in this situation, because um, I had got the truth that he is not concerned about me or concerned about us. So I just went there several times. I took food sometimes, and he came to realize that I was coming there and taking food and some money and whatever, not much, just money you can buy babies um, Pampers or something like that, or baby's food or something like that. Not too much, you know. So he just came and told the security, and remember this security in this disco, and all let's say the staff members. I was the one who employed them. I employed everyone there because I was always around, and I was the manager of this disco, while he had another job somewhere else, that was not his main job. That was not his main job. He had a job somewhere else, and in a five-star hotel, and I was there full time working in this disco, full time employing the staff and um, taking orders, everything, buying stock and everything, before I went for delivery. So he came there and he had got his own devil mind and whatever. He just came and told the security, if so and so comes here, yeah, you don't have to allow her to do anything she wants, you know. So if she comes here, she's not supposed to even come inside this disco inside, to go inside. Just here for her is out of bounds. Nothing will be sold to her. Nothing will be sold to her. Nothing will be taken uh, by her from this place, so is out of bounds for her. What kind of person is that? What kind of human being is that? What kind of person does that to a woman who has just got a baby? I don't understand. I don't understand how someone can be so cruel and mean and arrogant and so bad. I don't understand. I tell you, I don't understand. And I had done nothing to him, nothing. 0.00, nothing. You know, at first I was taking it as a joke, as kind of bad joke, but I came to realize, to it came to hit me that it was reality. This was reality, and you have to get used to it. You have to realize that it's reality, and you have um, to find your own way to survive. You know, it's very hard. It's very hard. And can you imagine that you left? I tell you, can you imagine that you left uh, being employed so long time ago that you just created something for yourself to do, um, for yourself, self-employed, and then again you are leaving this situation or this job to go back to being employed again with a baby. And it is very difficult in Africa, or let's say in Kenya, to just start looking for a job while you are having a small baby at home. It's very difficult. What kind of job? What kind of job will earn you enough for you and your baby? And also a house help. What kind of job? Tell me. And there are so many young girls out there, yeah, and everywhere they are looking for young girls who have no responsibilities, who have no kids to work for them, to work in their offices or in their companies, and you just go there with problems and stress that you have a newborn baby and you need a job very urgently. You need a job, otherwise you don't know what to do with this. In this situation, you don't know what to do. You have a small baby, some months old baby, and a house help. It's very difficult, of course. It was not easy. It was not easy for me, but I overcame. That's the best thing I did. But at first I did not know whether I just one time I will come to overcome this situation. It was so bad because you just sleep and wake up in the morning knowing that you have nothing, there is nothing there, there is no food, the landlord needs money, you know. In fact, I stayed, by that time, my landlord was very good. He was very patient to me and also kind because he gave me time. He saw that, okay, I was paying, before I was paying my rent very good and on time. So he just saw that I had problems and stress. I had nothing to pay him. So he just gave me time. I stayed there 3 months without paying any rent, but he was waiting because he used to send the caretaker every time to my apartment, every time, and the caretaker used to come to me and ask, how is the situation? Now the landlord needs his money. What can I tell him? I was just saying, just tell him to wait. to tell him to wait, but I don't know where I'm going to get. Okay, inside, I did not tell the caretaker that. I just told the caretaker, tell him to wait. I have some plans, to give him some hope. But I knew in my heart that it was the other way around. It was like, tell him to wait because even I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what I'm going to eat today. I don't know where I'm going to get that money so quickly. For 3 months. 3 months, and the apartment was not very cheap. Yeah. My heart was like that inside. Outside, I'm giving him hope, and inside, I am mocking myself. It's like mocking myself, saying, I don't know where to get money from. I don't know. It is only God who will just save the situation. So it was hard. It was hard, difficulty, depressing. You have a baby. In fact, that was I got depressions. Everybody can get depressions in this situation. And it is 100% true. So, but you don't have to give up. I tell you, you don't have to give up, because if you give up, you end up doing crazy things, just throwing yourself uh, in the sea, jumping from a bridge, jumping from a 5-story building, or doing other crazy things. But you have to have hope that you have a month-old baby who will probably grow to be a great person. And you have to have this hope that you have a baby, and you have to live. You have to live for this baby. You know. So you don't have to give up. Why? Why do you have to give up? And you have another life, another young life, which depends on you. You know, for what? You have to save yourself, save your soul for the loved ones, because it's not you. It's not about you alone. It's not about you. It's about many people here. And a very special young soul. You don't have to give up, and you don't have to do crazy things. You have to preserve yourself for that baby. So I did it. I did not even come close. I did not even come close to crazy thoughts or crazy actions. I did not even come close. So I don't know why. I don't know why. And I tell myself, if it were this time now, after 16 years, if it was this time I'm very easily hurt. I'm very easily, influenced. So easily, I give up very easily this time, I think, in comparison with that time. That time I was so strong. And I walked around even with an empty stomach, but you could have not realized it. I was giving myself hope, and I had motivation. In fact, alone, this baby is a motivation that I have to push on, that I have to be stronger, you know, that I have to be patient, that I have to have faith, that I have to trust God, that I'm not alone, you know. So that was to me, it was just a very difficult exam, which eventually will come to an end, or I will come to solve it, or I will come to answer all the questions, yeah, of this exam. So good. I just survived, and my house help was very kind and very understandable. She understood every situation. She did not demand any unnecessary money. So she cared for me, and she went on Sundays. She had a free day on Sundays. She went to church, and I was supposed to be left with the baby there. It was okay because that's how it should be. But she was staying at my place, and it was a motivation also. She was motivating me sometimes. Yeah, she was young, but she was okay. I was looking up to her, and she was, because she had a baby before me, even though she was too young. She was telling me that this is how situation must be. Yeah, everywhere, with every woman who has no responsible partner. This is the way you should. Yeah, this is the way you have to pass. This is the way you have to pass, and these things you have to experience most of the times when the partner is not responsible for anything. So I was also very strong. I did not show her that I was weak, because um, she could have been confused that oh, she's she don't have anywhere to get money, so what am I doing here? Or yeah, what kind of yeah, how can she pay me, something like that. So I did not give her this chance to judge me this way. So I was strong. I was very strong. So guys, as I told you, don't give up in anything. If you have to pursue something, just pursue it to the end. Pursue it to see the having problems, being left, yeah, breaking up with a young baby or with a baby, with babies. It's not the end of the road. It's not the end of life. In fact, it's the starting of another level of you don't have to give up, because these kids are looking up to you. They are they will be strong if you are strong, you know but if you are breakable, yeah, they will be also weak. You have to bring your kids in the manner that things are possible, and if this happens or that happens, it's not the end of life, and it's not the end of the road. There is also another dimension you have to walk. You don't have to walk every time on a straight line, or on a straight road. Yeah, you have to take some dimensions or some other parts. If this one doesn't work, things like that. Because if you give up, you throw yourself from a bridge or somewhere, or drink poison, then the kids will, okay, if you don't drink with them, together with them, if you don't die together with them, eventually they will grow up, and they will realize that you did that and that because of problems, and you left them alone. So it was like you are not a strong parent. Yeah. So you are not a role model for them, because you gave up. So don't give up, please. Eventually, don't give up. Um, especially when you know that you have small ones who are looking up to you. You have to be strong for them. You have to be a role model for them, so that they can. You just hear some people saying, some grown-ups saying that my mother is the best, is the strongest woman I have ever heard of, is the strongest woman I have known. Why do they say that? Because they are mothers. It doesn't mean that she is the most strongest woman in the world. Yeah? She did not show the kids the weakest part, her weakest part. She just um, brought up her children with this: you have to be strong, you have to pursue that, you don't have to give up, even though, yeah, even though inside she was broken. Sometimes everybody in the world is broken sometimes. You can't tell me that you were born a strong woman or a strong man, and you will die a strong man or a strong woman. Sometime in your life, you are broken, and you don't know what to do, and you are stressed, you are depressed, you don't know what to do, but you keep on pushing, but you don't know how hard, and you keep on pushing as much or as strong as you can. And that as strong as you can is the strongest, is the strongest. You know, you can see it just like I am pushing as strong as I can, as hard as I can, but I know it is not hard enough. But that pushing, yeah, pushing on as hard as you can is the hardest, I tell you. It's the hardest in life. It's the hardest, and you are going to reach there. Don't give up, and don't show your children the weakest part of your mind, of your soul, of your life. Let's put it that way. Yeah. And they will grow up knowing that our mother or our father is the strongest person we have ever, yeah, heard of, or we have ever come across. You know, just because you just tried your best, it doesn't mean that you were the strongest. But for them, for them, you are the strongest person, and that's how it should be. For them to grow up and be able to also raise up stronger kids, stronger people in the world. So, guys, I know that my time is lapsing or collapsing, and I have to leave you there. But before I leave you guys, did I finish? I asked, did I finish the story? What I wanted to say? Yeah. This story I will just continue in my next part, the third part of it. But what I want to tell you is just to be strong for your kids, so that the kids may grow to be stronger people, stronger citizens, you know. So, guys, that will pay off. Yeah, that will pay up or off. I don't know. Being strong, not showing your weaknesses to kids. You know, because one weakness you can show your kids. I told you before. I told you one weakness is like throwing yourself anywhere, or throwing yourself from a bridge, drinking poison, doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Just pray. Pray that God will give you determination, will give you something, will give you a mind to think positively. You know, that God, just understand that God is there. God cannot leave you. This is just, problems are just exams. Exams in life. How can you live without exams? Even in schools, you can't live without the teacher testing you here and there. You have to do some exams just to be tested. How hard, how good you are, you know. So don't see that problems arise and then problems fade away. So these are just exams. God is there for you. He cannot leave you to perish because of problems or because of hunger. He cannot leave you to starve, you know. So something will arise, and the time you see, the moment you meet your hand like that, The moment you just think that this is the end, you know, just like reaching a wall, a very high and wide wall in your life, and you reach it this way, there is no possibility, and you see that there is no possibility of penetrating through this wall to the other side and continue your journey. Then you have to know that this is not the end of your life. You might think that it is the end of your life, but this is the beginning of something else. This is the beginning of something else. You don't have to penetrate to go the other side. Yeah. If it's not possible, even if you want, you can't, because this is a war. So you have to look for another dimension, look for another way, even if it's don't always run for shortcuts, because this one is a shortcut to the other side. So it is blocked, the shortcut. So just look for other dimensions, look for other ways, even if they are so long, just look for them. Just walk, continue walking, even if you have to, even if uh, the other dimensions are going backwards again to where you came from, but just they are going somewhere. Just don't stop here and freeze here on this wall. Just take other dimensions, even if they take you back, as I said before, they will bring you somewhere else, and you'll just see yourself going the other side, even if it's not a very um, a shortcut. What I mean, even if it's not a shortcut, they will just bring you where you are going, or they will bring you somewhere else where it's even better than where you were going. You know. So I know you understand what I mean when I explain to you that way. You understand what I mean. So guys, I leave you now, and I leave you with that information. And I had a lot of stress by that from that point. So um, as I told you that I started looking for a job to be employed again, you know, and it was so hard. In fact, everybody knows that it's hard from self-employment to being employed. It's the most hardest part you have to experience in your life, because you were used to commanding people or giving people orders, and then now you go back to being given the orders which you must follow, and which you must um, do what you must do. This is very hard. And sometimes you have to forget sometimes and think that you are self-employed, of which that can be a mistake of being, yeah, that can be the reason of being fired or something like that. But you have to keep in mind that life changes sometimes. You don't have to remain a boss all your life. Life takes different dimensions at different points, and that's part of life. And I think that's the most best experience you can ever have while you are still breathing, you know. So don't expect things to be always on your favor. Yeah. Don't expect life to favor you every time. You have to accept and expect any changes from any different point of your life, because you can't be sure in this life. You can't be 100 sure that things or people will always dance on my tune, or will always dance um, according to my tune. No, it will not happen. Sometimes it changes, and they dance according to other tunes, not yours. And life goes according to other yeah, situations, or according to other yeah, what you understand what I mean. And life cannot favor you always. Yeah, sometimes you'll be discouraged, but that's part of it. Sometimes you'll see light at the end of the tunnel, and that belongs to life, you know. So all what you want to you have to do is don't rejoice too much that you have something, because anytime it can diminish, and you are sitting there, you are standing there with nothing, you know. So all you have to do, just take life very, very slow, and take life simple. What do I mean when I say simple? Don't uh, play hard. Don't be loud, or don't show people that you have that, I have this, you know. So be neutral, be kind to people, because you don't know, at a certain point, at a certain level in your life, you don't know who will come to your rescue. You don't know who will be there for you. You can disgrace people. You can disgrace certain people, but these ones, after like for a after a particular time, like after 10 years or something like that, they can come to your rescue. They can come, you can meet at another point of life, you know, and they are well up, or they have this um, they have the authority to help you, or they have the authority to save you from your certain situation at that point, you know. And you will be so happy that you helped someone at a certain point, that you did not disgrace someone at a certain point, yeah, when after some time they came for your rescue. So guys, be kind to everyone. Don't underestimate people. Don't discourage others, you know. Just be kind, and that is not too much to do in your life. Because if you be kind to people, if you be kind to anyone, this one eventually at a certain point, it will just come to pay. They will come to pay back at a certain point where you need help so much. You will see some people are very grateful, but God is also there, that He sees everything what happens on earth, and He will reward you, even if you will not meet the people in your life. God will reward you. He will give you this kindness back, what you gave to people. So you will come to rejoice because only of your actions before, what you did before to people. You come just to rejoice at certain point if you are still alive at that point. So guys, I'm so glad that you listened to what I said, and let's hit 1 hour now. Now it's only 6 minutes remaining to 1 hour, which I was expecting. And let's see one another in my next video. If you have not subscribed, please do so. Share, like, leave a comment to let me know what you think about what I said before. And the last thing I have to say is, don't give up at any certain point of life. You know, nobody is born with a silver spoon in their mouths. So guys, just be neutral, just be positive to things, you know, to people, be kind, you know. So because if this is theoretically, Theoretically, we can say that you were born with nothing. And why do you expect to go back? Yeah, you just die with nothing. So these things we acquire have other things. And of course, you don't have to be so mean, and they don't belong to you. Like if you have something to help someone, just do it. Just do it. That's simple. Because you know what? Money doesn't belong to anyone. Let's say that. Money doesn't belong to anyone. And when I say that, I mean that today I have nothing. Maybe after some years, I will have something. And today, you have a lot of money, for example, and in some years, you will be having nothing. Maybe. This is an example. I did not say that is you this situation is real. I did not say that you are at this certain point you have something and you have nothing later. You can have something and in some years you have also something. But let's put it this way. That means money doesn't belong to anyone, or riches doesn't belong to anyone. So anyone is ready, anyone is entitled to these things. Yeah, so why, if you see someone starving there without food or something, just help. Because if you have extra to save, if you have extra for tomorrow, just give them give them something. Yeah, your extra tomorrow, and tomorrow will take care of itself. you know so it's always like that. So if you give, you'll see that tomorrow will be better than what, okay, you'll have for the next day also. You'll see that you are blessed. You are blessed. It's not like a mother. I know a story about a mother who used to wake up in the morning and look in the house. There was nothing to eat, nothing to cook for the kids, and she used to put um, a pot full of water, cooking, and the kids used to ask her, "Mom, sorry, why are you? What are you cooking?" And yet in the house there is nothing. Yeah, there is no maize, there is no flour, there is nothing. And the water, there is a big pot there cooking with water. So she used to tell them, just see, she used to give them hope and tell them, I'm cooking, just wait. Something will happen here. A miracle will happen. I'll be cooking now in some minutes. Just wait and see. We can't sleep hungry. I'll be cooking. You know, Sometimes she was lucky. Some people came, or okay, well wishers, and they came with flour, they came with maize and everything, and they gave her. And then the water was very useful at that time. So she started cooking, sometimes cooking just immediately. So she was telling her kids, you see, I told you, I told you a miracle will happen. So, and sometimes she put the water there and nobody comes. The water boils and nobody comes. And for some time, she would put the water down and serve the water to the kids. So, serve just water, hot water to the kids, and they slept. Yeah, you see, you see what kind of um, strong woman she was, with hope and dreams, and motivation. She was motivating her kids, raising her. raising them the positive way, the way it should be, not giving up, So, guys, I will leave you there and have a very nice day. Please subscribe and let's meet again in my channel. So, thank you so much and bye bye. Nini hiyo nasi